The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Take 3, the Wrestling Podcast. It is June 29th, 2023. We are live from all over the world. It is me, it is Fat Nash. I am joined by, to my right, the other half of the Fat Siders, Fat Hall.
Hey, yo.
Down below, getting in his jolly old England spirit, Crumpets in the Bank. And we'll be joined by the idiotic member right now, who is still on the Victor Wembanyama train, even though he is not a member of the Miami Heat. It is the member of the British Parliament that we all love to hate, Ernest E.J. Christian.
I don't actually think he's going to appear.
Card subject to change.
He's trying.
So
he's trying, all right.
Do you think when he tries to put the moves on his wife that the circle just spins like that too?
yes,
Yeah.
Hey, there he is.
100%. Just spinning out of control.
Oh, fuck you.
And he's gone.
Oh, that was a cock tease.
No, that was what it needed to be.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, because Jim let him in after he decided to do his line of cocaine off his microphone.
Sorry, a lot of white powder here. Good evening, gentlemen. Well, good night, like late night. Just fucking woke up.
Fucking sleeping beauty. Kiss my ass.
Dude, I'm fucking tired, bro. I've had a week. I've had a day. I was in the sun all day with the kids and stuff, man. So I'm fucking exhausted, dude.
I feel like I have something coming on that I want to tell you. Nobody gives a shit.
Well,
oops.
Who gives a shit?
Thank you, Matt.
thanks, Matt. Anyway,
Was that
what's up,
breaking
guys?
news?
You got breaking news already?
No, nobody gives a shit. That was the breaking
yeah.
news.
That was the breaking news.
Oh,
That
fuck you.
was the breaking news.
I got a joke for you guys, though. Is that okay?
Oh boy, here we go.
You really trying to do this again?
All right,
I'm trying to wake up, man. I'm trying to wake up. It's okay.
Intern Mark, I need you to chill the fuck out today. Okay?
Why do white people love iced coffee so much?
Why?
Ooh, there's so many bad answers here, and I'm going to take the high road and not take any of them.
I can say it though. Oh wait, I can't. Information action been pulled after today. Shit. No, because they have trouble sipping hot coffee with no lips.
That was not the answer I was going with, but okay. All right, oh boy.
What?
I don't know.
What the?
Dad jokes, baby.
Horrible bad joke. Bad joke.
I'm a horrible bad guy. Sorry.
Buddy.
Good.
There's so many.
What are you playing, Joe? What are you playing?
Oh no, I was putting on wrestling.
Oh,
That wasn't even close to a good joke. Like
I know.
humor is subjective, but not when it's that bad.
Yeah.
Boring.
Thank God I didn't
exactly.
make the joke. Just found it. Internet.
Brutal, man.
Anyway, hey, how you guys
You're the
doing?
worst.
I try.
That was awful.
I try.
No, you don't. Actually, no, you do. That's what makes it worse.
That's the worst part.
Hey, I got one. Watch, this one's gonna make Jim turn his screen off. I got this one.
Hold on.
Fucking hell.
Oh God! You see? Okay, it's Mike's out of the game.
Ernest,
Yes.
are you at school? Because I want to shoot kids up in you.
There it is.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. He actually found a way to get Ernest.
We
completely
are
off the
getting
screen.
canceled
Buddy,
officially.
you almost got us canceled with your iced coffee joke, depending on how that answer went.
Again, the views expressed. Et cetera,
I
et cetera,
don't
et
even
cetera.
have words, man. Like I don't. Like how am I?
You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna sit here and take my pills.
Sentence.
Michael, I'm taking my pills right now.
Bruce, take your pills.
I don't even.
Is it safe to come back now?
I don't know. I don't know.
What do I do? What do I do with my words?
Wait, okay. So wait, real talk though, and
Oh
the
boy.
answer is none of you have heard this song, but there's a song out that y'all need to check out, and it's called Pound Town. And it's a rap song. It's one of those like really like ratchet rap songs.
I know that song.
But it starts with this woman rapping the line, and I'm not kidding. It's like right there in the first like
Hold on.
three.
Just get my camera ready to go off again here. Hold on. Yep.
No, she says the line, "My coochie pink, my booty hole brown," and just the way she delivers this line, like it's
Hold on,
definitely worth your time.
Hold on. What's the song?
Oh, Pound
Pound
Town.
Town. I know the song by the way too. Also,
Oh, good lord.
Alrighty then.
I
So,
actually heard a
well,
couple days
This
ago.
be
So.
by Sexy Red? Is
Yes.
that okay?
Yes. and
Wow. Okay.
Hey,
Hold on. You know, there's about to be so many people that are going to turn this show off because of what I'm going to say.
Oh fuck.
There is nothing sexy about a person named Sexy Red ever. God, come up with better names.
No, that's like saying there's
Dude.
nothing amazing about Amazing Red.
Well, there is something. He's an amazing in-ring performer.
Well, she's a sexy.
To who?
No,
To
not
who?
to me.
Not to anybody in this panel. And if they are, we have a bigger fucking problem, guys. We need to fucking go off the air and have a fucking formal debate and make sure that everybody's okay. I need to know where on the bear did the bad man touch you if Sexy Red is in your sexy contacts.
What's on the menu today, Michael?
All right, hold on.
Nope, we're gonna have to enjoy this now that
Oh Jesus Christ!
Here,
Is this the song, Joe?
yeah.
getting canceled on a Monday night.
The song.
I'm out of town, thugging with my round. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas, I'm looking for the hoe.
And there it is.
And he's gone.
I promise you, you're gonna spend the next 3 days walking around going, "My coochie pink, my booty hole brown."
I can promise you,
I will bet
will
you.
not be doing that.
I will bet you every dollar right now that I am down on my sports book that I will never say those words ever.
I can pretty much guarantee you.
Do you want to find a way to pay off my sports betting debt? I'm only in the hole 180 this week. I will guarantee you that I will never use those words.
Oh, don't worry. You go to Vegas to make it up for those.
Yeah,
Bengals.
yeah.
That's-
Before we get into that, fuck the New York Mets because they're the reason why I'm down right now. So
Well, you're an idiot. Why would you bet for?
Because
The
Max
whole
Scherzer, because I don't know, because Max Scherzer is Max Scherzer. Maybe if you guys wouldn't fucking have signed Starling Marte to $1 billion contract, who grounded into a double play with the bases loaded and struck out with the bases loaded to end the game. How about Starling Marte get fired into the fucking sun?
Michael, I gave him that team fucking 3 weeks ago. I'm done.
Shocker, quitter.
I'm done. They suck.
Who did you
They
pivot?
fucking suck.
Who did you pivot to root for now?
The Marlins, baby. Let's go.
Which other 37th team did you take?
Only 2 in baseball. There's 2. Well, it's wrong because technically it's the Mets, the Marlins,
He's
and anybody
already
not-
changing the answer.
It's Mets, Marlins, and anybody not named the Yankees and Phillies.
Isn't that
There you
like
go.
47 teams?
That's literally, that's literally almost all of baseball.
I
So
mean,
basically,
Joe didn't math well, but it sounds like that number's right.
Yeah, it's in the ballpark. Oh, ballpark.
I don't know how many baseball teams there are.
30, right?
According to Ernest, 9,336.
You can never lose, buddy. My logic.
Sure, you can. You bet the fucking New York Mets.
That's Steiner math,
All right.
baby.
So, this week's show, we will discuss obviously the preview for Money in the Bank, according to Joe's Crumpet in the Bank's name in the bottom half. Joe's got a fun topic that we're going to discuss. I don't remember what that was off the top of my head. I think it was a.
That's a good one, actually. The wrestler, pick a movie you
Oh,
want,
yeah.
you want to play.
But yeah, what
Wrestler,
movie?
yeah,
See their life
I like that.
that one.
movie.
But I guess let's start with my topic because it is the flavor de jour of the week. We are officially past Forbidden Door to Bangkok Dangerous. We are now on the road back to England for All In and then to Vegas for All Out. My question here, we're obviously not going to review all of what happened on Forbidden Door. But I want to talk about the road to All In / All Out. Some things that you think AEW's done good, some things you want to see them do a little bit differently, some things that you want to say that they've done god awfully. I'm going to start with a positive remark, because as Big Jim has so elegantly placed in the group chat, we don't want to make this a round 2 version of last week's show where we basically just dropped hot loads on fucking Tony Khan for just the amount of shit that he is god awful in.
But where's the fun of that though?
I mean, the fun is that, it means you actually have to fucking do some research rather than reading the fucking dirt sheets, Ernest. Fucking watch a show for once in your goddamn life.
I watched the last 2 collisions though.
Whoop-de-doo, you CM Punk Mark, you bum.
Hey, it's a start.
Yeah, start somewhere, buddy.
Yeah, you know what, Jim? It is a start. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be talking about G League basketball and the fucking Summer League, and it won't fucking matter.
There we go.
So he'll be back to watching the 19th version of it on Hulu or what other streaming services that he uses.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah, fuck that noise. So coming out of Forbidden Door, Jungle Boy obviously does not win the IWGP World Title. Surprised. Sonata gets the victory. Post-match, turns on Hook. The promo that he cut yesterday was probably the best promo he's cut as a wrestler.
Oh, easily. I mean, he's not really cut that many.
So
no,
coming out of this is where I want to lead. I would actually have international megastar Jack Perry go into All In and win gold. Now, the gold that you're thinking of is probably a little bit different. I think an international megastar like Jack Perry should win the international title and end the reign of terror that is Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
I think this is a way to get a title onto Perry.
Mm-hmm.
I think then he can go on and be the cocky heel that defends the title a little bit differently than MJF. I think he'll defend that title more than Max has. But I feel that getting a title onto Perry as fast as possible, and obviously it's not going to be the TNT title because the person that holds that right now is the people that were his friends but now are his enemies but maybe his friends again?
Yeah,
Question mark?
That's the math.
So coming out of this, I think heel Jack Perry ending the Orange Cassidy run that nobody has been able to end, including 2 of the best professional wrestlers in the business, in Zack Sabre Jr. and Katsuyori Shibata at Forbidden Door. You had Jade Cargill's reign end, and the rub that Chris Statlander got from that was her takeoff point. I think the reign of Orange Cassidy needs to be the takeoff point of whoever beats him at this point, and I think that is megastar, international star, Hollywood famous Jack Perry.
Honestly, I want him to start calling himself Hollywood Jack Perry.
Megastar.
Like honest to God, like he should never be Jungle Boy again.
Nope, not Jungle Man.
You gotta ditch it. If you're going to heel, you gotta go clean.
I mean, he already told him that the music's dead. He comes out wearing a freaking bomber jacket, like I'm Hollywood Jack Perry, or I'm Megastar Jack, but whatever, however they want.
Mm-hmm.
But he should no longer be Jungle Boy. Fuck that. He's Jack Perry. No, I like that a lot, Mike. I mean, obviously one of the smart things they did, and I don't think it, like too many times people want to say predictable is in a bad way. Like, Seth Rollins won the world heavyweight title. That's predictable. Predictable can be just fine. Will Ospreay holding the IWGP US title when in a month and a half we're going to have a show in fucking Wembley Stadium was kind of predictable. But guess what? That's smart fucking business.
Works.
Because he's going to be on that show. He's going to carry that title into the fucking Wembley Stadium, and it's going to be a grand spectacle. Now my question is, do you do a rematch with Kenny? Which I think, like that match I've heard is fantastic. It's one of the 2 matches I really want to find a way to watch from the show this past weekend.
I will send
you see the show?
I didn't see the show. No. I had a couple of plans potentially of like watching it together with some people, but as I've said in the past, and this is not an AEW situation. I am not spending $50 on a pay-per-view by myself.
I don't blame you.
Like if WWE went to a fucking $50 pay-per-view model, I'm out. I'm out, dog. I'll watch the ones that I can get together with friends and watch. But there's no way. There's no way. Which, by the way, remember we talked about this the other week. I don't pay for the cock. I got an email this week that because of the internet speed that I have through Xfinity, I will still not pay for the cock. So
Look at you go.
Did you use your white privilege to get that, Mike?
You're goddamn right,
Jim?
I did.
Good job, woke Jim.
But
You're the worst, Ernest.
or my own. But if I'm holding the pencil, if I'm writing the book, I'm doing CM Punk versus Kenny Omega at All Out or All In. It ain't gonna happen. But I'm gonna do it because it's gonna sell tickets, and get people to buy the pay-per-views. But I think you do. I think if I'm doing it, I think you do Kenny versus Ospreay again at All In, and then for me, I'm doing Punk Kenny at All Out.
Question.
Yo,
have they actually announced that All In is going to be a pay-per-view?
They haven't. Which is how are they? Not, first off, how are they not? And
but I'm just saying, if it's not a pay-per-view, you're not doing Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay on a house show, even on a glorified house show.
I mean, why would you be hyping it as much as you are if you're not putting it on pay-per-view?
To sell 60,000 tickets.
But the thing is you don't need to hype it that much. You could sell 60,000 seats in London because it's the first time AEW is coming to London. Just announcing it once.
Okay, so this was a couple weeks ago.
It's a Saturday show, right?
Or
Sunday show.
This it'll be
Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's a Sunday. Sunday, August 27th.
Yeah.
Which is I guess Labor Day is the next weekend. Never mind.
Literally a week before.
Yeah, because All Out is Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
So this was during the media call for Double or Nothing. Tony Khan had said, I cannot completely give a full answer when speaking about how people will be able to watch All In. He said, I think it's a fine thing to ask, but we're still working on the solution to that event and how we're going to offer it. I think it's going to be the biggest event we ever had. And right now, so they're working on it. So it sounds like it is going to be broadcast
in some capacity,
some fashion. I was going to say, look, like they would be losing a ton of money if they didn't broadcast this. A ton of money, because there's people like me, like who like may not normally buy, every pay-per-view or whatever. That like, I'm gonna if it's being broadcast, I'm gonna make sure I watch it because it's like a stadium show is a fucking spectacle, man. Like, and that's whether you like AEW or not. Like, and again, smart business. You selling a place that you've never been to before with a passionate freaking fan base is real damn smart. It's impressive, man, to sell that many tickets to a wrestling show. When people have doubted you for 3 years, 3.5 years. That's impressive, and I'll give it to them. Whether you like them or not, like how the booking goes or not, it's an impressive feat, and I will want to see it for sure. And it'll be in the afternoon, so I don't have to worry about it going till 1 a.m.
Hell yeah, that's the best part too.
Which is the beauty of these UK shows.
Yep. Just speaking of this Saturday as well, same thing.
Yeah. So coming out of obviously, back to Joe's point about doing Omega Ospreay and Jim's original comment. I don't do either one of those at Wembley. I let Will Ospreay defend the IWGP United States Championship against somebody, whomever it is to be determined. maybe it's another member of the British society that you get to help push numbers. But I also don't do CM Punk versus Kenny Omega. I keep them away from each other for a bit because
A bit too soon.
You keep them away from each other at least until this feud is done with the BBC.
BCC.
BC. I don't the big black hawk.
Where's your fucking head at right now, buddy?
Not in your pants.
Oh,
My point is,
Jesus
I
Christ!
think that right now, from a storyline perspective, because probably the best thing in my mind that AEW has going on is that Elite and
BBC.
Yes, but that feud, I think that's probably their like big money thing right now. The Blackpool Combat Club.
Stop saying big, please, for a couple minutes. For Christ's sake.
British broadcasting.
So, like, you'd have to be going out of left field right now to throw CM Punk into that mix. He has nothing to do with any of that. Like, I'd rather see Kenny Omega one-on-one with Bryan Danielson.
Not gonna happen
in Wembley. If you're gonna do a big singles match involving those two guys, or make that the big singles match that you get at All Out, if you're not doing that at All In, you know.
Speaking of which, he should be healthy by then, right? It's 4 6 weeks injury.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he's injured. Shit.
Hopefully, they said the break was, from what I've read, the break was worse than they originally thought. So the hope is that it's still about a 6 to 8 week recovery, which would put him right around the end of August. But yeah, that it's going to be cutting it close.
You saw the X-ray, right? Well, they re-put out, right?
Fucking brutal.
Wow, what a fucking warrior, dude. Here
is my only reason why, if I'm writing, and, you know, I'm not saying it's necessarily the best answer, but if I'm booking this, the only reason I'm doing this now is because, first off, that tension, that moment, the reason you put these two guys in a ring together is going to be no bigger than it is in the first couple months of Punk coming back. And secondly, you're talking about two guys that are injury prone. So, like, if not now, you might lose your shot to do it. That's the only reason. So, like, what happens if 6, 7, 8 months from now, even if they're both healthy, the situation's cooled and they're kind of cool with each other? Is it really smart to put them back in a mic when one of them gets under the hot lights again and might say something dumb, and then we're back to dogs biting people in the arm in a locker room, and here we go all over again, where now it's like, you know what, let's just put them in a ring, work it out, whatever. You already have the story that kind of writes itself. That's the only reason why I'm doing it, is because I'm looking at two guys that yeah,
you know, not for nothing. So Mike and I have been playing GM mode in WWE 2K23, and I'm WCW, because of course I am, and he's NXT. And something that keeps happening on all of my shows is, after my show, everyone on my roster is injured, more or less. It's like I'll have 4 matches on my show, and like Cody Rhodes will win the world title and then be injured for 5 weeks. Right. And I low-key just feel like that might be what Tony Khan feels like when he books episodes of Dynamite sometimes. He's just like, oh shit, Adam Cole's out again. Ah, fuck me. But Sting is always fine. So I guess like we're okay in that regard.
Which is amazing.
5-year-old Sting.
Getting a snack.
Well, I do like I do like that they're starting to really make some swift changes now with a lot of these storylines. You know, changing the belt on, you know, obviously on Jay, changing the belt now on, well, not yet, but, you know, changing, you know, from face to heel on Jeff Perry. So now you're starting to see like really some changes now. Hopefully it's positive for the, you know, and whatnot, but booking wise, but at least you're starting to see some changes a little bit now. What's shaking up some of the staleness of the AEW for last year. Like I love Jungle Boy. I'm wrong. I thought Jungle Boy was cool. The song, the whole nine is cool, but I think he needed
Jungle
a
Man.
shake up too. Yeah, exactly, Jungle Man. But he needed a change up. He needed a little bit of a shake up.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, coming out of the show, there are some questions, there are some answers. Then we had Dynamite, obviously, Boston, Blood and Guts, Combat Club, some version of the Elite.
They announced it yet?
Yeah, they announced it on
No, I mean
Wednesday.
announced the date for that match or
June or July 19th,
oh, okay.
or something like that. What are the teams?
I don't think they've told us yet.
No, I'm asking you guys. What are the teams?
They didn't say it's 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. They haven't said anything about that yet.
Well, I mean, Blood and Guts, aka War Games,
Yeah.
is usually 5-on-5, right?
Correct.
Wait,
So-
are there 5 members in the BBC?
Kanashke, Taneshka.
Yeah.
But now there's not because Bryan Danielson snapped his arm in half.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Yep,
but
you're
he'll
welcome.
be okay by July something or other.
No, he won't be there for.
Hey, stay off the weed. It is
I thought,
June.
no, I thought
it is-
they said it was like 7 or 8 weeks.
It is
June,
June.
July is the
29th.
day after tomorrow.
Okay.
We're in July. It's like 3 weeks from now.
Oh.
Put the crack pipe down.
So you have Moxley, Uter, Claudio,
take a shit.
Takeshita. Who could be your 5th man?
The dude that's his protege in New Japan.
Shooter?
Yeah, Shooter Uenomo or whatever the fuck the dude's name is.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's your 5 there, and then the Elite you have Hangman, the Bucks, Kenny. Who would be the 5th on that side?
I mean, you could just use Kingston again. They gotta have that little storyline.
Who?
Eddie Kingston.
Oh, you could do Kingston.
It's option.
So the last Blood and Guts match in 2022 was 6-on-6. Kingston, Santana, Ortiz, Moxley, Yuta, and Claudio versus Jericho, Hager, Sammy, Daniel, and 2.0.
That sounds about right.
So we're saying 5 to 6.
Yeah.
If it's not Shoto, who's the 5th member for the Blackpool Combat Club? Is this your opportunity to bring somebody in to be the new member of the?
Do we need a new member of the Blackpool Combat Club?
Do we not need a new member with their guy who's their ace basically being on the shelf for the next 2 months? Because here's the thing. With no Bryan Danielson, I don't give a shit how much Jon Moxley bleeds. I could give less than one fuck about Wheeler Yuter. And Claudio's a champion for a brand that is the stepbrother of the show that he's actually on.
But who would you add to that? Like, who realistically would work in that group?
Who's a free agent that you can bring in from a different part of the world? You don't have to bring him in from AEW.
I mean, you don't have to bring him in from AEW, but considering that there's like 130 different talents that you could choose from.
And this is just on a Dynamite, right? This isn't a pay-per-view.
Dynamite.
No, but wait. Like real talk here, though. Let's not go outside of AEW. Who from within the AEW roster could work?
I'm looking down the roster right now.
No. Buddy.
Big Bill.
Nope.
Yeah, no, not Big Bill.
So I want Miro to finally get a singles push to then be thrown as the newest member of a combat club that he'll be like the 5th most important person in.
Yeah, that's not gonna. Yeah,
Pass.
Dude, that is kind of the sad thing. Is I'm looking up and down this roster, and I'm like,
Nobody.
I don't know who really
baby.
fits into the Blackpool Combat Club.
Unless Daniel Garcia leaves the Jericho Appreciation Society.
I mean, he could.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he could.
But wouldn't he be about as exciting to you as Wheeler Yuta?
I mean, you're the one that's limiting me to the walls of AEW. I said it already. I would not pick anybody from the AEW roster to
Yes,
be
I
a
just
member.
feel like it's silly for them to just bring in more people. Like aren't like we're always bringing.
I mean,
in
it
more
is, but they
people.
also just. I mean, they just brought in Johnny TV to have a feud with Matt Hardy. So,
God.
I mean,
we're also talking about a company that let a guy get into a Pier 6 brawl with his fucking executive vice presidents and was like, you know what? Come on back. I mean, nothing that he does with his roster surprises me in the slightest.
yeah. I mean, honest to God, man, I'm looking up and down this roster, and I'm like, and it's not that I don't think there's anybody that would be bad in the match. It's I don't know who would
It
fit
makes sense,
with the
right?
Blackpool Combat Club. Like that's the part I'm struggling with. Like,
that makes
'cause,
sense.
like, because I mean, even looking at guys that like are out right now, like Cool Kyle, he doesn't fit in the Blackpool Combat Club. Like when he comes back, he's gonna hang out with generic white guy Roddy Strong and Adam Cole and the Bay-Bays. Like so, yeah, oh, man, like
Well, what
like,
about Roderick Strong?
I mean, but does
What,
I
his
think he
shitty
would
little
be fine
boots?
in the match. Obviously,
Well,
I mean
that he would fit the Blackpool Combat Club. I mean, like it's all about wrestling and like pure wrestling.
Yeah,
like
he's probably.
that.
Yeah, he's probably the one that you mentioned is probably at least on the fly makes sense.
And you don't
Cool.
have to have him involved with Adam Cole. Adam Cole's doing his thing with MJF. Like you don't need him to be a bit player in that right now. I feel like I forgot Roddy was on the roster, if I'm being perfectly honest. I feel like Roddy is not
You
a
and me
bad
both.
option for that.
You and me both.
it out of guys on the AEW roster, it might actually be one of the better ones. Yeah.
So he goes heel.
But you want to avoid pigeonholing him to that though. Once you get him in there.
What about Samoa Joe?
I mean,
I feel like his time of that month might be a little busy with an Owen Hart tournament stuff.
Does Lance Archer make sense? Now, I'm not asking if you want to see it. I'm asking, does it make sense?
I don't know how to answer that question.
I feel like he could kind of fit in with the Blackpool guys.
Just because he likes to kick people's asses.
Pretty much.
Like it's not going to be a pretty match, but he could be like the enforcer guy.
Yeah, he would be the muscle of the group.
as long as you don't pigeonhole him into the whole thing beyond this event, and then But
that's what I'm saying. If there's going to be a 5th member of the Blackpool Combat Club in War Games or in Blood and Guts or whatever the fuck we're calling it, they've got to be a long-term member. Like, that's why it's like, man, nobody gives a shit about the guy from New Japan who's fucking Moxley's protege, because that's the guy who's going to eat the fucking fall in the match if they lose.
Right.
Like, honest to God, man, like thinking about it, like Archer, it probably wouldn't hurt Archer to be with a group that's actually like featured people, because like he could still be a singles dude on his own, like within the group, like, you know what I mean? He can still be a competitor. Like,
what is he up to right now? Is he doing anything now?
He ain't doing shit at the moment.
I'm saying. So I mean, the worst one, right? I mean, I think Roderick Strong's probably the better.
That'll be my answer for the Blackpool Combat side.
I like the Roderick one better of the two. If you ask me to compare,
Would be
Roderick.
Yeah.
I hope it's like, if it has to be an AEW roster member, fuck it, let's make it Evil Uno. I mean, if we're gonna strap ourselves to the relevancy of the mediocrity of the mid card that is AEW, I mean, I might as well go with the most obscured Johnny Hungy. Put fucking John Silver in the fucking match. He can just fucking flex the whole time, do his little fucking muscles, and you know, want to be a pro wrestler. You know, he's the generic creator wrestler from.
I wish they waited
1980
to
video
announce this
games.
fucking thing. I wish they waited to announce the thing after they got back the information. Well, they probably knew they didn't give a
Buddy,
fuck, but
they announced it on fucking yesterday's
yesterday, right?
show.
Yes, I'm saying
They knew that Bryan Danielson's arm was fucking this. Like, didn't matter. You had a window. You knew this match was coming. You've probably been booking it at the Garden because that's where the first one was supposed to be before the fucking pandemic.
Yeah, and there's only so many arenas you can do that match in.
So at the end of the day, that fucker was coming whether all of them got hurt or none of them got hurt. It didn't fucking matter.
That's
You were
a fair
getting
point.
blood and guts.
No, right. It's a fair point. It's, I would care more if Mr. Downs was on the match.
See, but to me, the fact that one person has swayed your interest in it that far tells me that nobody gives a fuck about the Blackpool Combat Club. Less than 1%.
Yeah, I still don't know that I necessarily understand it.
I mean, literally, you guys came together, forged in combat, led by a guy who turned on you to let MJF retain his fucking title, to then get taken out of the fucking company, and you're like, you know what? Let's still forge in combat.
Okay, but wait. Now, wait a second. In the interest of let's not shit on AEW, whether or not we like it, and like I said, I don't dislike it. I actually think it's one of the more interesting things going on in AEW.
It's not horrible.
And if nothing else, you watch Dynamite, they're fucking over. Like the Blackpool, I almost called them the Batpool. The Blackpool Combat Club are easily the most over act, probably outside of MJF and Adam Cole, with the reactions that they get from that crowd. They are over. So, I mean, like, they're at least giving the AEW faithful, the 800,000 weekly AEW fans, they're giving them something that they like at the very least.
Yeah. It's called fucking Bryan Danielson and John Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. But like I said, it almost does give me like an NWO vibe sometimes. The way they just kind of come out and like wreck shit and just kind of like make it like every segment that they're in. You know, like it's clear who the antagonists are. It's clear who who they're fighting against. Like it to me, it actually does kind of work. But also, too, like, outside of just my opinion, you look at those fans, you look at that crowd, you watch those shows, it's getting a reaction.
Which I mean is better than dead air. Because, like, there's definitely been things they've done that have gotten dead air. So
there's things they currently do that get dead air, for sure.
Yeah. Where are you guys taking MJF as we head towards All In, All Out? To me, I feel like one of the shows, probably more likely All Out, and it's just a bummer they're back-to-back weeks because I feel like something's getting hurried somewhere in this. But I feel like one of the shows, probably All Out, your title match and title win is Adam Cole, right?
It's definitely the title match. I definitely think you're getting Adam Cole as the title match at All Out. I don't know that I think Adam Cole's winning it. I can kind of see it going either way, if I'm being honest.
Did you predict that, Jim? Is Adam Cole's champion come out this summer?
I don't remember.
Was that a prediction?
I will throw up in my shirt if Maxwell Jacob Friedman leaves those 2 weeks as fucking champion. I will throw up in my shirt.
Why?
Buddy, what the fuck has he done? Cool, he comes out and talks into a microphone. He says whimsical shit. He gets people to pop. He's wrestled as many times as Roman Reigns has this year.
But he's the world
I
champion.
guess my better question is this: are you ready for Adam Cole to be champion?
We're
Yes.
putting him in a fucking blind draw tag title tournament, but I can't get him to wrestle a match on fucking Dynamite when he's a champion. The fuck does that make sense?
To be fair, he didn't wrestle matches on Dynamite that often before he was champion either.
That's why he should have never been champion.
I disagree. I mean,
Buddy, his title run has been god awful. What has he done?
It's
Well, if we're
uninspiring,
talking-
I tell you that.
like, if we're talking statistically on paper, he's beaten Jungle Boy, he's beaten Sammy Guevara, he's beaten Darby Allin, he's beaten
All in one match.
Yes, 100%. But he's defended the title against other people. I don't remember who right at this exact moment, but
When you're
Yeah.
telling me that his best title defense is against Hiroshi Tanahashi, I could really give two fucks about MJF being the world champion. Like, let him come out and be an antagonist. Let him be the Blackpool Combat 2.0. I really don't give a shit. He doesn't need the fucking world title.
To your point, I don't think he needs a title. To be honest with you.
I mean, put the title on fucking Adam Cole, baby. Let him fucking go out there and fucking have matches. Defend the fucking title. At the end of the day, we went from...
So he became champion at Full Gear in 2022 when he
by
beat Mox.
defeating...
Since then, he has defended in December on Dynamite against Ricky Starks.
Ooh, wow, that Ricky Starks. Ooh.
He had a title eliminator match. He beat Takeshita on Dynamite. He had the Iron Man match against Danielson at Revolution. He had the 4-way match at Double or Nothing. He had the title eliminator match, which was a draw at Dynamite a few weeks back. He had the Forbidden Door match with the Tanahashi man. And so he has
8 months, nearly 8 months.
Spoiler alert, he beats Ethan Page this Saturday on Collision.
That's 7 matches? Yep.
7.
In 8 months.
Since November.
So Mike's point, though, he is consistent about this, though. He wants, even if it's MJF, Ted DiBiase, Roman Reigns, he wants the title to be defended. To his point, he's consistent on that. I don't necessarily agree with him 100% on that, but at least he has a position on that. I like to see my champions wrestle more often. I respect that.
I've just reached the point where if you're going to be the main act in a company, Roman Reigns gets by because of he's on the show every week doing his bloodline promos and you know, he was involved in tag matches. He's now going to be involved in a match this weekend that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. That's probably one of the biggest matches of the weekend. MJF was the 6th most important match as the world champion of the company that was putting on a show this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you're literally main eventing with Kazuchika Okada and fucking Bryan Danielson when you have both the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and the AEW World Champion going on in the middle of the show. At what point do the titles have to become important?
Yeah.
Because just because you have 17,000 titles, your world championship should be your most important. I feel like the international championship is the more important fucking men's title on that show. Because it has some goddamn lineage. The guy's willing to fucking defend it. He's willing to be on the show every week. He's willing to defend it 3 times a week. But we got to have Maxwell Jacob Freeman in that fucking lethal lottery so we can be teammates with the guy he's going to fight it all out.
I'll give you this. Is it underwhelming? The reign's been underwhelming. I'll tell you that.
Okay. So what are you guys doing with MJF?
He's dropping the title to
The
Adam Cole,
topic isn't MJF's crappy title reign. It's what are we doing it all in and all out?
Go ahead, Joe.
I like the lethal lottery thing. I mean, it's not setting the world on fire. It's not the bloodline, but it's not a bad way to build up a little fun story for the summer. And look, I liked it when they did it in WCW. I liked it when they used to do it in Chikara. It's fun. It's silly. It's what pro wrestling is supposed to be sometimes, you know? Like it's allowed to just be a little fun. It was an excuse to get MJF and Adam Cole in the ring basically every week for the next few weeks, cutting promos that are actually kind of entertaining because they're both really good at cutting promos. I don't know that I need more than that out of it. You know, I don't need them to light the world on fire. It's okay for it to just be entertaining. And I do think that, yeah, Adam Cole and MJF is going to be the main event at All Out. I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't think it's going to make the main event All In because I think you need the big title match to be the main event at All Out. And because I'm also still not yet convinced that we're getting All In on pay-per-view. So you're not going to go with a big world title match like that at your not necessarily on pay-per-view show. That's just me personally. But no, I kind of don't hate this storyline. Like I said, like it's not setting the world on fire or anything, but it's not fun.
But it's also
and it's of all the storylines that they've done in AEW that you can kind of shit on, it's not one of the ones that like full on makes no logical sense. Like at least there's a reasoning behind it. Like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing. It's been done in wrestling before. You know, there's not no level of precedent to it. You know,
I'm not opposed to MJF losing the title. I'm just questioning if Adam Cole's the guy to do it. That's
just because there's precedent also doesn't mean that it's great. I mean, if there's precedent about things being not great in wrestling too. At the end of the day, I'm over Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I've been over Maxwell Jacob Friedman
for a long time.
Never
at
thought
least 2 years.
Never should have thought he should have never won the title from John Moxley to fucking begin with.
Okay, so who should be the next champion then?
That's the question.
Cole Bay.
Okay.
Put it on the guy who gets the biggest reaction.
I wouldn't hate that.
So do you do it, Mike, at All In or All Out?
All Out. Because at the end of the day, you want to know what I do at All In? The main event is the fucking stupid ass fucking finish to this goddamn blind draw where it's MJF and Adam Cole versus FTR, and it leads to the malfunction at the junction, leading to the fucking title match at fucking All Out. That's how I get there.
Perfect.
Fair enough.
Because at the end of the day, they're gonna win this stupid ass fucking tournament. They're gonna be the team that fights for the tag titles.
I can see it.
So what do? You have them fucking win the fucker. You have them malfunction at the junction. Even more fucking heat going into the main event of your biggest show of the year.
Yeah, I got no problem with any of that. It makes logical sense. I like it.
Because what do? You're going to have one of them eat the fall to a non-champion in the tournament and then go, you know what? Hey, by the way, that's your main event at your biggest show of the year.
Right.
Tony Khan's just probably crazy enough to do that, actually. You know what? Let's talk that into fucking existence. So I mean, let's also sit here and discuss, what are they doing with the tag team titles? What are they doing with Dax and Cash? All this talk of, are they going to stay? Are they going to go? The ass boys, and they're taking the titles off of them. And what are we going to do? And their tag title run since they won them back and re-signed their contract has kind of been underwhelming. At one point, I forgot they were the tag team champions.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say that. I kind of forgot they were tag champions.
Can I just, if the end of this topic was to not shit on AEW, I don't think we're doing a good job.
But we're not shitting on it though.
No. My topic was things they're doing good. Jungle Boy, things they're doing bad. There are pros and cons to this.
I don't think there's any shitting on it.
There's one pro and a whole lot of cons.
Well, the MJF part, yeah. But
I mean, but hold on, because I think it's a con. You thought it was good. That's a conversation. That's not shitting on Tony Khan. I can sit here and say that I think the blind draw tag title fucking bullshit is stupid. You love it. That's part of the conversation.
Oh, but other than
I agree.
Thing that you like.
I love the fact that they're literally sitting here and they're going to have a show at 60,000 people and don't have any idea what's going on. I love that because that's AEW.
That wasn't a real compliment, silly. No, but like other than Jungle
Sure it
Boy,
was.
like give me something else positive.
I thought
Can I-
the topic was
can I-
more.
Can I finish the FTR conversation? Because we're not going to get back to that one, because I know how this is going to work. You're going to want me to say something positive, and then it's going to tailspin into another 35-minute conversation on something that isn't FTR.
I mean,
You know.
sure, it didn't sound very positive. That's all.
Okay, I'm done talking about FTR. Somebody bring up something positive so we can have some positivity in this conversation.
I literally
Let's
thought that
positivity.
was the point of this. Like,
I don't think we should force something positive. It's not positive. I think we should be able to be critical.
did I misunderstand the text messages that were sent where it was like, hey, let's not just beat up on AEW. Let's talk about what we like about it.
I don't think we have, to be honest. I think the criticism is very constructive, actually.
I mean, at the end of the day, just because I don't like what they're doing with Maxwell Jacob Friedman and you do, doesn't mean that I haven't mentioned positive things that are going on. Positive, Adam Cole being the most over superstar in their company was a comment that came out of my mouth. Positivity.
In fact, to my
I
credit,
personally think
right,
that he should be the next world champion
right,
because of positivity.
Right, to my credit, he's giving solutions to fixing.
At the end of the day, just because I think Maxwell Jacob Friedman's time as world champion has been fucking hot garbage, guess what? There are a lot of people that feel that way. I'm doing something that sits here and goes, how do you get me to come back in to be positive? You make a move. You do something different. The Blackpool Combat Club. Yes, I was the one that brought up fucking Blood and Guts because at the end of the day, they took a major blow by Bryan Danielson not being able to wrestle in that match now. How do you fix it? I didn't come in there and shit on him. I'm the one that sat here and said, hey, how do we find another member for them? How do we get them back to having 5 members? How do we constructively fix this? Because guess what? American Dragon ain't coming through those curtains to have that match. Just because I've sat here and I shat on MJF for 10 minutes, I brought up the fact of fucking Jungle Boy. I brought up the fact of fucking Blood and Guts. I brought up the fact of other things. So I come out with MJF and then I counter with the fact that their World Tag Team Champions have felt non-existent. And we're shitting on AEW again.
I don't disagree at all, but honestly.
I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they're doing great things. I love the fucking fact that Miro's back. I love the fact that fucking Andrade's back. I think the House of Black is the best trios in fucking all of wrestling. Let's talk about that. Who's going to beat them? It better be fucking nobody, because I think fucking Malachi Black and his situation is the coolest fucking act in wrestling going right now, because Bray Wyatt isn't around. There's tons of positive going around. You want to talk about the positives? Let's talk about the positives. But when you talk about the positives, you have to be willing to talk about the negatives.
Here's a positive too. I'm call me crazy, but I'm glad there's another show. An opportunity, hopefully, to get some guys don't get TV time, but it's up to Tony Khan and company to execute that. So,
positivity. You know what? I think the House of Black and I think the Elite, if they had a 6-man tag match tomorrow, it'd be a match of the year contender. Negative. I don't think Chris Jericho and fucking Sting need to be in the fucking ring anytime soon. I watched Sting take a fucking bump off of a fucking ladder that he really shouldn't have.
I gotta watch that shit. I can hear about that. I gotta watch that.
So I mean, but here's the deal. All In is probably going to have a Chris Jericho versus Sting 1-on-1 match. You want to know why? Because that will fill 60,000 seats. And you want to know what? That's a smart business decision. Doesn't mean I love it, but it's positive, because you want to know why? Because they're going to sell 60,000 seats to that show. Jim, you haven't said much recently. Feel free.
I don't know if I misunderstood the topic.
See, here's the thing. Feel free, because if you misunderstood it, I'd rather you talk about it.
I thought it was more like let's like, I thought we were like pinpointing kind of match ideas along the way, and I feel like in the better part of like 45 minutes we've named Blood and Guts, we've named like 2 matches over the 2 weekends.
Hey, I've given you 2 matches for All In, and I've given you a match for All Out. Jungle Boy versus Orange Cassidy in England, the tag title match, and then fucking Max versus Adam Cole. You gave us Kenny Omega versus Phil from Chicago.
And I think you teased, Jim, that Adam Cole should be champion coming out of the summer.
Yeah, I mean, I said I 100% would have Cole as the champion. I
Oh,
think.
and I just gave you Sting versus Chris Jericho on one of those two shows too, probably, because that's probably going to be a thing.
Yeah,
It's gonna
that
happen.
feels like an all in match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so All In tag title match, which will probably be FTR versus
Excuse me?
Blind Draw. Adam Cole better than you, baby. Jungle Man versus Orange Cassidy for the International Continental Global Championship. Are we doing anything with the TNT title?
Who's champion? Luchasaurus?
Technically, it's Luchasaurus via Christian.
Christian. Yeah, it's really Christian. That feels transitional, isn't it?
Honestly, I could give less than 0 fucks about Luchasaurus or Christian.
I know Warlord was fucking pretty meh.
They
they
destroyed Wardlow.
They fucked them. I mean, honestly.
I mean, the sad thing is, man, like I could honestly see that. I could honestly see it being Wardlow just getting it back.
He should get it back, honestly.
See,
at this point now,
He should.
No. I figured
not
it out.
anymore now.
No, the person that wins the title at All In is Miro.
Okay, I can roll that.
Foreigner winning the title in England. They'll pop.
That'll be a second reign, by the way.
TBS title. We doing anything with Statlander?
Has she defended? She defended once, right?
She's defended it a couple times on Dynamite, but I don't necessarily know that she's in a real quote feud. I think she's just doing defenses.
Do you get the rematch of her? Rematch, quote unquote, with her and Jade at some point? They're gonna have to, right?
I know what I would do.
What is it?
I would have Saraya beat her and win the title in England.
I was gonna say that feels like a Saraya spot to me.
Because Statlander can at least be safe in the ring.
So you're saying Statlander is also transitional as well?
No, I think Chris Statlander could win the title a week later at All Out.
Oh, okay.
I think that you're going for moments.
Okay.
Because if All In is going to be in front of 60,000 people, you want this to basically be the WrestleMania. Like, you want the moments. You want the crowning moments for people, especially if you're not going to have a world title match. If your main event is the world champion and Adam Cole versus FTR for the tag titles, like, you want those moments early in the show. You want the monumental Sting and Jericho going nose to nose in the middle of the ring. You want, those Will Ospreay defending the U.S. title against somebody from the AEW roster. You want Jack Perry standing in the middle of the ring with the international title. You want those moments because you know that your closing moment is going to be the build to the show that happens a week later when they try to get $50 more from you.
That Jim won't pay.
Well, no, I'll watch it with a group of people.
All right.
Yeah, he'll chip in
by myself.
No, of course not. That's stupid. Do you do anything with the 6-man titles? Like,
who is it currently?
Honestly, House of Black versus the Young Bucks and Adam Hangman Page sounds like an absolute fucking banger. Give me that on one of the shows. Because here's the thing. Once this feud with the Blackpool Combat Club ends, what's the next step?
Which will end in 2 weeks. It'll end in 2 weeks, right?
If it's going to end up being Kenny and Phil, which is what Jim said, just going based off of what Jim predicted, what's the next step for the Bucks and Adam Hangman Page? Why wouldn't it be going after the trios titles?
I don't hate it.
They're going to have a great match. You know that Malachi Black and those guys are going to be over as hell in England. Why not do it there?
I agree, 100%.
I mean, there are possibilities to making this show on a Wrestle Kingdom, WrestleMania level show. Do I have the faith that Tony will do it? Yes and no. Do I think that there's a potential to hit this fucker out of the ballpark? 100%. Coming out of this show is the most that I've actually looked at it and said, well, they have an absolute opportunity right here going into England and coming out of it, going to Vegas, and literally putting up back-to-back reinvigorating shows for this company. That's not words that I would have said 3 months ago. Coming out of Full Gear, coming out of Revolution, I was like, wow, this fucking company is just really hot dog water. I'm coming out of fucking Forbidden Door going, they got this route, they got that route, they got all this other fun stuff that they can do. I feel like this is a spot where they could reinvigorate this company and take off to the next level.
Yeah, and just at this summer's it could be the time, the inflection point.
But the fact of the matter is, while there are all of those positive things, there are still some things that Tony Khan is doing back assward. And personally, I think the biggest one is their world champion.
Yeah, it was definitely underwhelming. Yep.
Jim, do you have any other predictions for the show? Since you kind of look like you were prepared.
I don't. It's hard. I've been kind of out of the wrestling game for a couple of weeks, and yeah, I don't necessarily. I don't see really a path of where they're specifically going. I mean, I think I think we've done a pretty good job making a decent enough framework here. I mean, you're gonna have a Tony Storm match for sure at All In, without question. I don't think it matters.
I kind of forgot she was the world champion. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, it doesn't matter who she faces. I think she's winning at All In.
Loses the title to Britt Baker at All Out.
Probably.
Or is it the return of Jamie Hayter?
How long is she out for? Till in the summer?
Because I'd have her actually win it at All In.
I want to say I think Hayter comes back and wins it at All In, and then
Britt take it back.
Britt attacks Hayter. And yeah,
I can see that.
I'm cool with that. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, otherwise,
This could be a good summer for them. Actually, remember 2 years ago I remember 2 years ago on this podcast, Mike and Joe mostly, not me, but those two were actually at a point where like, okay, well they have these 2 months to fix it, or I'm out. And then those 2 months they did, and they actually had a good run for about 6 months to a year, and then it went shit again.
I mean,
I think
honestly,
we're back at that point again.
That's kind of where I was coming out of Revolution.
Right.
I really felt like it was flat.
Correct. Right.
I mean, yeah, Brian and Max had the Iron Man match, but like that didn't move the needle for me as much as it did other people.
Mm-hmm.
Seen one Iron match, you've seen them all. I mean, it's not on my match of the year candidate. It didn't move the needle for me as much as it has other people, and that's okay. If you're one of those that believes that it was this all-time great match, awesome, love it. I will also be the person that tells you that I believe the Wrestle Kingdom match between Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega was better than their match that they had at Forbidden Door. But that's, again, personal preference. That's also like saying, hey, look, Jon Moxley's wrestling. Oh, look, Jon Moxley's bleeding. Just things that happen to have occurred. So, yeah, I mean, coming out of this show is probably the most, in a fascinating way, is the most positive that I've been about AEW in the last 5 months.
Maybe longer.
No, because at the beginning of the MJF run 8 months ago, I truly was hoping that he was going to be the guy who would be the slimy heel, wrestle people that were underneath him. Giving the John Silvers of the world title matches instead of Adam Hangman Page, and giving the Wheeler Yutas of the world title matches instead of Jon Moxley. Was being that dicky heel where it was like, oh yeah, I'll give a member of the Dark Order a title match, and everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be Adam Page. Oh yes, it's gonna be Hangman. It's Alex Reynolds. I'll give the Blackpool Combat Club a title match. Oh, it's gonna be Claudio. Oh, it's gonna be Moxley. It's Yuter. Like, oh, I'm gonna fight a member of Jurassic Express for the world title. It's gonna be Jungle Boy. It's not gonna be Luchasaurus. It's not gonna be Christian. It's gonna be Jungle Boy. Like, I that's what I was kind of hoping for, that he would just be that dick heel, not the vanilla midget version of Roman Reigns. Because that's kind of what he's been. And maybe that's the problem for me. Maybe it's the fact that both main shows, their main champions for however long, were promo guys. They weren't fucking showing up to wrestle. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the fact that it's so similar that it's like, man, I was really hoping to watch something different on a Wednesday night. And I'm not watching anything different on a Wednesday night. I'm watching the world champion come out and cut a 7-minute promo, talk about how much he's better than you, talks about his billions of dollars and what he's going to go do and leave this shithole city, and then he's gone.
Alrighty.
That's all I got.
Likewise. You want to go to Joe's topic now? Joe, you good?
Yeah, look at me. I'm helping people go down to the Titanic.
Jesus Christ. Always calling you for fucking inflection points in the podcast. It's your topic, though, Joe.
Yeah, this will be easy. Sorry, what? No, this will be real simple. So I was thinking about it. I was like, hey, there's a movie coming out later this year. Here's a weird one for you, starring Zac Efron as Kevin Von Erich. And it's his life story, and it's supposedly a really great movie. It's going to be in a lot of film festivals and stuff. We'll actually probably be talking about it a lot come Oscar season. Anyway, it got me to thinking, what wrestler, any wrestler, all time, then, now, forever, amen. What wrestler would you like to see a movie based on their life, their real life? Any wrestler. There is no wrong answer.
The first person that came to my mind when you brought up this topic is The Miz.
Interesting. Okay.
That's a great answer, actually. That's a great answer.
Like you're talking about some fucking dude from suburban Ohio, some suburban Cleveland. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Cleveland or been to Ohio.
I have.
But it's not great.
It's a real dump.
Like it's pretty much a shit bag. I mean, like the opening credits to Major League, the song is about the Cuyahoga River, which runs through Cleveland, catching on fire because of pollution. Like it's not a great place. So you have this dude from suburban Ohio that grows up and in his early like 20s or like late teens or whatever ends up on the fucking Real World, which is pretty wild in and of itself.
Yeah.
And then like he's this fucking dude who like on the Real World is running around with like the
fucking
cheapest like toy WWE belt ever. I had one of those. It was like a fucking Dollar Tree cookie sheet molded into the Winged Eagle on like a piece of like plastic pleather. Like it was awful with like with a fucking wish.com fucking belt buckle on.
Not the wish.com.
That.
And this dude's running around talking about being the Miz. He's like body slam. Like he becomes this whole different fucking alter ego running around this Real World house in New York City. And then doesn't this motherfucker end up in the WWE? Fucking writing the goddamn Diva search bullshit on his hand that he can't even read. He fucking ends up bagging goddamn Maurice and becoming a 2-time WWE champion. He main evented WrestleMania against John Cena. He's the 5th longest combined reigning Intercontinental champion of all time. He had one of the best segments on Talking Smack / Raw Talk. Like, there is no reason that Michael Mizanin is one of the best and most consistent to ever do it in this company.
He also won the Take Through Wrestling Intercontinental Championship tournament 3 years ago. Just for the record.
And like he's been doing this WWE thing for like 20 years almost.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's
Like,
crazy.
and he's the only time he got hurt was the goddamn zombie match.
The dumb fucking match.
Like the dude is so good at what he does. He is good as a face, and like he's one of the best, man. He literally is one of the best. He's never gonna go down as a Mount Rushmore, Hulk Hogan, Rock, Austin, fucking, Reigns, Cena. He's never gonna be that dude. But when you want to talk about like Mount Rushmore of mid-carders as like your like utility guys that are always reliable,
Mm-hmm.
dude, fucking Miz is up there, man. He really is. Like I think he is. I think that would be a fascinating movie. And then you have his fucking dad that makes fun of him all the time. There's like dude, it would be such a great goddamn movie. It really would.
I mean, you get a piece of that already, between the real world, obviously, and then his show with his wife on top of it. So you already have a little bit of that backdrop. On
Great
top of that.
idea.
That's a great
I
one,
like
man.
that one.
Yeah, that's my answer. Is the Miz.
So mine was originally going to be Bret Hart, but I feel like the entire Hart family will be an interesting story in general. The entire family.
It would be a tragedy.
It'd be a tragedy. Obviously, it'd be sad because with Owen's situation. Well, Owen and Dave Boy
The
and whatnot.
whole family,
right?
bro.
And you're gonna go with Brian, also Brian Pillman, and also you can throw that as well too.
I mean, there was a nephew that probably one of the reasons why Tyson Kidd became a wrestler is because it was, I forget which sister it was, but it was Natty's cousin. It was Brett and Owen and all them's like nephew,
right,
that contracted some sort of a staph infection, and it killed him. He was like 13.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like that story has a lot of legs around it. Not just Brett, but everything around Brett, and it's tragic, but it's also a story of a family that's a Mount Rushmore family in wrestling all time.
Yeah,
I feel like it needs a really dramatic title though, like Maple Leaves in the Attic.
Oh my God! So what's wrong with you?
Like that would be fitting.
Oh God, Joe, my God, what am I doing with you, man?
And now the winner for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical, Kate Blanchett. Maple Leaves in the Attic.
Oh my God. So yeah, Hart family.
All right,
Michael, I guess.
Yeah, Mike.
Michael. Jesus Christ. Maple Leaves in the fucking attic.
Only Joe, man.
Michael. God, I hate my life. Hold on. All right, there it is. I feel like there's a couple of different answers here that would be quite entertaining. I'm going to go with a guy who's a current wrestler. I'm going to go with a guy who is kind of having fun with his new gimmick. I'm going to go with my good friend that you can find over on farmersonly.brock.com. Mr. Hip Hop B. Brock in the Bank. The next big thing. The Conqueror. The 1 and 21 and 1. Brock Lesnar.
that would actually probably be really good.
I actually agree with that.
Because you could get all of the, I'm leaving to go play football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go fight in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come back. I'm going to have to have all these.
My teeth.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go fucking have all my intestines ripped out of my stomach because I have diverticulitis.
Also, I married Sable.
I also live in a fucking brick shit house in the middle of fucking Saskatoon, Canada, where I have a pet moose. I mean, give me Brock Lesnar. Honestly, the other answer that I was going to say would definitely get us kicked off the air. And that's why I didn't mention the name Chris Bowflex.
That's for obvious reasons, though. I mean, yeah. I had a second one too. The second one I had was actually with
Here's the
Cody
thing,
Rhodes.
man. They make fucking. I mean,
How to Make a Murderer. It's just a Chris
how do
Benoit
you
story.
Yeah,
fucking Dahmer is like the most popular
Yeah.
goddamn show on Netflix in the last 12
yeah.
months.
Not for nothing. I feel like if there were a wrestler who had a very real chance of having their life story turned into a movie, like Chris Benoit is probably like top.
It's not going to be a movie. It's gonna be like a
Car crash.
Netflix documentary series.
I'm
Yeah.
just like you, but the sad part is like you're right. Like people have won awards for playing characters that did just as awful things. Like fucking Charlize Theron won an Oscar for playing Monster. Do you know that woman's story? Jesus Christ! Like,
Yeah, like it's
look it up if you don't.
Cheese
I
and
mean-
rice.
Yeah, I mean Netflix. I feel like every 2 weeks I'm seeing somebody like talk about a Netflix documentary or show or something that's just like, wow, who the fuck made this? Why?
Hey, when Jeffrey Dahmer would go out for dinner, do you think he'd order ahead?
Oh my god.
Why?
Okay, that one was good. I'm not gonna.
It was
fucking
good
lie.
though.
Why?
That one was.
Because fuck him. That's why.
Christ.
That,
See, look at Mike's thing. God, I hate here.
I mean, look,
Oh, Jesus.
look. I'm not happy that I laughed at that.
I do feel like though, like, and I feel bad saying it, but like,
No, you
If
don't. No, you don't. No, you do
if-
not say it.
no, like for real, like if sometime in the next 50 years someone won an award for playing Chris Benoit in a movie, I just wouldn't be shocked.
First off, you have to find the psychopath that's willing to put that series together, because don't know how many people are going to be willing to be like, you know what, let's do a murder suicide on, you know,
I don't think
Wrestler.
Vince even fucking touched that one.
Well, no, the WWE can't.
Yeah, no,
This
it would
this
never
would
come.
be.
this would never be a
from
WWE
the
production.
wrestling world.
But I mean, in a way, they kind of. I mean, the Dark Side of the Ring guys already did this.
Two
Like-
parts actually. Two
So I
parts.
get, I get it's not quite the same because they didn't.
Right.
It was more of just basically a documentary feature as opposed to somebody making the movie. But I mean, again, you had somebody play Jeffrey Dahmer. You've had people play fucking Hitler. You've had people like it's not out of the question for it to be made, like because I mean, like we do have a fascination, right, wrong, or indifferent about the sicker side of the world, like we do. So I mean, honest to God, it probably wouldn't surprise me if that film is made in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, like that and the Hearts, because of all the fucking drama there too. Is the sad part is like that's
and I mean, lost in the. I mean, you have the tragedy of Owen, but like then you have the fighting within the family.
yeah.
About what to do with Owen's legacy, because there's people in the family that side with like Brett and at the time Jim Neidhart, and like I think Natalia is very pro, like trying to get like just be able to celebrate Owen in the WWE. And then there's the other of the siblings that are on the side of Martha of like, look, we support her because he's dead because of that company. You know, or at least because of the errors made by somebody who was hired by that company and the litigation and all of that.
Mhm.
So like there's an infinite number of stories within the bigger story with that family. They had a
I
fucking bear. They had a bear under the porch of their house, a fucking wrestling bear that would be there.
Bear.
Like they're fucking crazy people. They're crazy people. It's like a goddamn circus plus wrestling plus, I mean, drugs, and it's insane. It really is.
I guess
fucking
it could be
bear.
a Lifetime movie also.
It could be.
I just love the fact that we used to like a fucking bear.
They had a fucking bear.
Joe,
Bear.
did you have one now, Joe?
What?
Did you have a
Do you
wrestler?
have an answer to this, Joe?
Oh yeah, I have an answer. Of course. So mine, okay, and this one feels like maybe grabbing for some low hanging fruit and obvious, but a fucking real life tell all movie covering the life of Hulk Hogan.
Horrible human being.
I mean, but like that's why it
They're
would be.
making that though, isn't it? Unless it got shelved during the pandemic, but I thought Chris Hemsworth was supposed to be playing
For like
Yeah.
Netflix,
Hogan,
right?
right? Wasn't that?
Yeah,
wasn't that-
is that still a thing, or is that still on hold?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
just-
Now that you say it, I remember reading about that too, but I haven't heard about it in a hot minute. I hope it's still a thing, and I hope that it has scenes of him doing like fucking cocaine off of Miss Elizabeth's ass. Like, let's just fucking go for it. Let's just go all in for the reality. You know that shit was happening in the 80s.
Tink.
So this is an update.
That's not what he was saying.
This is an update from February. Chris Hemsworth said that film's a while away. It's sort of in the development stage, and if it comes to fruition, great. All right, so yeah, it's still very
So it's not gonna happen.
Ways away. Ways
probably
away,
not going to happen.
Yeah, and that was one. Is that this year's update?
Yeah, it was from February of this year.
Okay. Wow.
That one probably
well.
is not happening anytime soon. But yeah, I mean the Hogan, the Hogan story would be insane.
I mean, yeah, he literally became one of the most famous people in the world at one point. Like,
Absolutely.
it's up there. It's crazy to say this, but it's up there with like telling like the story of Elvis in a movie, you know?
Mhm.
And you could do just as crazy of a film.
I feel like Steve Austin would be a decent film.
I mean, he started playing in like cover bands in fucking Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
And like he ends up in fucking Minnesota working for the AWA,
Burn
and
Garden,
then becomes the fucking the biggest. He was a fucking wrestling star, movie star, product endorser. I mean, untouchable. And then obviously the fucking fall from grace over the last couple decades has been that's a movie in and of itself. Between the fucking the divorce, Nick's car crash, obviously the sex tape and the things he was caught saying, and why would they did a I remember a couple years ago they did it was like 3 or 4 episodes I think on A&E or Biography or something. It was called like Finding Hulk Hogan. It was like
God.
he well no because because he between all the divorce and all that shit, like I guess he almost killed himself.
Oh my God.
He was he was living in his like in the mansion, but it was basically gutted. All the stuff was gone. He had to like sell a bunch of his shit and sell cars and this and that. And like he talked about how like he had a handgun, and the one night he's like holding it. He said he was holding it like in his mouth. And it was eventually how like this is like when I guess he met his daughter wife or whatever, Jennifer, the one that he recently just divorced, that looked just like Brooke. Yeah, it was pretty fucked up. I think it was called Finding Hulk Hogan. I'm sure it's probably on YouTube or something, but
looking right now actually.
Yeah, it's I remember watching it being like, wow, this dude's pretty fucked. This guy's gone on a fucking ride, but like, yeah,
it's on A&E, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was
Found
one
it.
of those.
It's right here. Found it.
So yeah, I mean that's out there to watch. But yeah, the Hogan story is insane. Yeah, I still wish a Vince McMahon fucking movie would get made too, because there was talks about one of those happening.
Yeah.
That has since been shelved. I'm like, man, fucking, this is the best time to release it. Release that thing
for real,
or like finish it with like the shit that's going down now and how he looks like a fucking, fucking Boris and Natasha, fucking super villain from Rocky and Bullwinkle now with the goddamn black hair and the mustache. Like what? Like what the hell? What did the hell?
No
is
chance.
happening? Like it's the most ridiculous damn thing in the world, man. Like I think it's even on the corporate WWE page now.
I hope it is. All he's missing is just like money bags with like dollar signs on them
Let me
and some dynamite. Not the AEW show. Actual sticks of dynamite.
Too bad I'm not good at fucking the fuck's the one
Create a wrestler.
no. God damn it! What's the name of the editing thing?
it's like bro, it's like the most comical fucking
Oh my
he
god!
looks
We
so
got,
goddamn
we got,
ridiculous.
we got this,
Oh my
this-
god! I
you
swear to
guys
God,
want follow
if I
on
was
YouTube?
good at if I was good at Photoshop, I would have fucking. That's what I was trying to think of. I would have fucking photoshopped him as the fucking villain. Fucking
for you guys on for you, all you listeners on the audio, check out the YouTube on this part of the
It's
podcast.
absurd, but that is
All right, I'm just
this is corporate.wwe.com.
I'm just putting this out there, okay? The real Vince McMahon died like 2 years ago. That's fucking Horace McMahon. That's his like evil twin
Like-
brother.
All these other fucking headshots look like normal human beings, right? Well, except for Kevin Dunn. He's never gonna look like a normal
Well,
human
Kevin Dunn's got some fake ass teeth, so
But like that doesn't look real. The picture of Vincent K. McMahon does not look like a real person. Like it
He
doesn't.
Have you seen Weekend at Bernie's?
Yes,
Because that's the vibe that I'm getting from Vince McMahon.
absolutely. They're propping up a dead guy.
I'm telling you, he died like 2 years ago.
Wouldn't shock me.
Like it's fucking.
They are
comical.
Weekend at Bernieing McMahon, which is why they were okay with bringing him back, because a corpse can't sexually assault another person.
God. Okay, on that note. Goodbye, Jim.
there it is.
My topic now.
Sure.
Preview time
Save
Main
us
event.
from whatever that just was.
from London, England, 3 p.m. on Saturday at the O2 Arena. It is Money in the Bank. First match, the Intercontinental Champion match between Gunther and Matt Riddle. By the way,
I'm
Gunther
Somebody else start.
closing on some records here, by the way, for the record. No pun intended, but
Yeah, Tim was talking about these on
my podcast last night, yeah.
tonight.
Ooh, what are his records?
He's approaching number 2, Honky's record, which will be at the end of the summer, which will be number 2 all-time IC reign. Right? And then Pedro Morales is the number 1.
I'm only
600
looking
days?
up-
Yeah.
pulling it up here. Yeah, so days recognized. Gunther's currently at 384.
Mhm.
Savage was recognized as 414 days. So yeah, we're a month away from that, and then
Yep.
Honky Tonk Man was 454. So
2 months from
we're
that. 2 months.
we're
From
70 days from that.
You said
Yeah.
too long?
2 months.
Oh, I thought you said too long. I was like, what?
Yeah,
He's
so we're
gonna-
looking early September.
I think he breaks Honky's record.
Easily.
I think he's champion of the
I
Eastern
think-
Survivor Series.
Yeah, I don't see him. Yeah, I don't see him losing it.
We've
Yeah,
made it this far.
Yeah. He makes the belt better. He ain't losing it fucking Saturday. I'll tell you right now. No way, no.
He's not losing Saturday. The next one, I guess the only tripping point is depending on who he would face at SummerSlam. I don't personally see it happening. I don't even know who he'd be facing, but I don't see him losing at SummerSlam.
Is it because Riddle kind of like floundering without fucking Randy?
The problem is Riddle's in a weird spot because when Randy got hurt, he was kind of getting a push, and then he
Mhm.
got popped and ended up in rehab, and now it's
So-
just kind of
Wait.
finding what he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
How how are we saying that he's floundering? He's literally getting a shot at the IC title on a major pay-per-view. Like, just because he's not gonna win doesn't mean he's floundering. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn aren't even on this show. Matt Riddle's got a match on this show. I think he's doing pretty okay. And it's probably going to be a great match. Gunther always goes out and delivers fucking great matches.
Riddle does too.
Steals the show, and Riddle does too for the most part.
I think this like these little soft pushes is what we're going to kind of see from Riddle for a little bit,
which is good.
It's a good thing. I'm glad.
I
like
think they're trying to figure out if they can trust him.
Yeah.
Again.
Put with Sammy and KO for a little bit. Now put with Gunther. We'll see what happens there. Well, all in all, we know the answer to this question. It's
Gunther. There's not a chance Riddle's winning.
Yeah.
This is unanimous, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Mike, you're gonna pull a concoction of what if?
Why? I mean,
your brain.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm kind of in agreement with Ernest and Jim on the floundering. Just because he's in a match for the title doesn't mean he actually has a storyline that makes a ton of sense. I mean, he's kind of pinged around from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. To me, that's floundering. Yes, he's in a marquee match because Gunther's got to beat somebody in England. And who can they have the best match with? Probably Matt Riddle.
See, I'm not saying that he's in a great spot, but I don't necessarily agree with floundering. I think he's in this middle. I think he's in this land of they want to use him because he's really good at what he does, and he's over with the crowd. And they're also kind of testing the waters to see if he's going to be able to stay on the straight and narrow. So he's just kind of in this middle area of we're not 100% sure what we're doing with this guy yet. Yeah. And I think they may also be waiting to see. And if you listen to 3CT tonight, my news story of the week is that there's a lot of buzz about the return of Randy Orton. So like, and here's the thing, man, like the tag team picture isn't all that great. So maybe the world needs RK Bro back in it again because Riddle was at his best and Randy Orton was at one of his bests in that team. So
was way over at the time. That's for damn sure. All right, we have the women's tag team championship match routine. Mike's favorite, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Ronda and Shayna retain.
And versus Liv and Raquel.
And that's all I want to talk about this match. Like literally,
Yeah.
all I want to say about it is champions retain. Shayna gets a payday.
Yep. Move on. Same here.
Sounds right.
Michael.
Fuck him.
There you go. This is going to get there from him. We have the Bloodline Civil War tag team match between Roman and Solo versus the Usos.
Acknowledge me.
Did Tim break down his prediction how this is going to play out next couple months on 3CT today?
Yeah.
We said on my podcast last night.
We talked about it a bit. I listened to your guys' episode as well. While I could see the Usos winning, and I can see kind of the journey, man, I still don't see Roman getting pinned until he loses
that part.
That's the part that I don't see. Like, and I understand like getting pinned by Jimmy or Jay or whoever, you know, in this match, like if you're gonna do it, this is the one to do it. But I personally I don't see it.
I'll go Usos on this match though.
I think Roman and Solo win, but I think that there's going to be questions on both the Bloodline and the Usos about loyalties still coming out of this one.
Yeah. Joe.
I'm gonna take the Usos. I think we're gonna get a moment here.
Oh, it's my turn.
Michael.
Okay, I was waiting for that is waiting for that.
Sorry, I was looking
okay.
away from the screen. Why does Roman have to eat the fall for them to lose?
I don't think he'll eat
Like
fall at
this
all.
is very easily the fact that Solo Toyota Sequoia fucking eats a double super kick and dies on the shield to protect Roman from taking a fall. Roman is in the lines in the sights of the double super kick, and Solo tags himself in and fucking stands right in the middle of the ring and tells his brothers, "You better not fucking miss." And they don't miss. Solo protects the head of the table and literally falls on the shield for Roman Reigns. Usos win.
All right. Singles match between Cody and Dominic.
Adrenaline in my soul. Fuck you, Dominic Mysterio.
I could see a scenario where Dominic wins this match because Brock is involved.
Okay, number one, the fans win with this match happening. The fans.
Yes. This is fantastic.
Number two,
Inject the intro to this match into my fucking veins. I'll tell you that right.
Oh yeah.
And number two, I hate to agree with fucking you over here, but yeah, I think Brock Lesnar comes out. I think Brock Lesnar F5s. I think Dominic Mysterio gets the fucking win, and I'm not even mad about it.
Here's the thing, I would love it. I would love it if Brock interferes, Dom gets the win. I think Cody still gets the win and Brock comes out after. I think Brock Lesnar is 100% showing
Getting
up
involved.
on the show.
Yeah. And then
getting involved and setting us up for SummerSlam. I don't think that they will, because again, I think Cody's been pinned twice since he's been back.
I feel like that's too many times.
That's Roman Reigns and that's
Roman,
Brock.
But Brock was a little more.
But again, you're now getting the rubber match. So Brock won, Cody, So Dom, dude.
Hell in a Cell?
Dominic is, I don't know what the gimmick's going to be. I don't care what the gimmick's going to be at SummerSlam. I don't think it's going to be Hell in a Cell either. The rumor is it's going to be something that hasn't been used in a while, saying it's probably going to be a Texas fucking bull rope.
It's a gimmick. I can't wait for the King of the Mountain or the King of the Hill match where they are on the fucking back of that goddamn big rig going down fucking I-95 in fucking Detroit. Can't fucking wait.
But Dom's not going to win. Dom's not going to beat Cody.
Dom doesn't need it.
He don't fucking need it, dude. He don't
heel.
fucking need it one bit. That dude is printing fucking money right now.
Michael?
Oh, I already sung the song.
Yeah,
Adrenaline in my soul. Something Cody Rhodes. Because at the end of the day, if he fucking loses another match that is not to fucking Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, I'm done with fucking hoping that he wins the world title.
Yeah. All right, your women's Money in the Bank ladder match for the contract. We have Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Bayley, Io Sky, and Trish Stratus. This feels open.
Anyone but Becky Lynch.
Is that it's what
there
you want, or is that what you want, or is that what you think?
I want Trish Stratus to win.
Ew.
What the hell? Mike, what's that face?
Trish wins.
Ew.
Cashes in, gets her last little moment with the title. Zoe turns on her, beats her.
Mm-hmm.
Trish does for Zoe similar to what she did for Mickie James back in the day.
She lets her grab her gooch.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah. Let's see. This would be a good time for my coochie pink, my booty hole brown.
Stop it.
God.
God damn it, Joe.
Oh,
Jesus. So glad that was not in my
gonna
head.
get me canceled.
Like you've never thought about Trish Stratus's booty hole.
I mean, I haven't sung that fucking song, and that was the fucking bad is that I would not fucking have those words stuck in my head.
Yeah,
I'm
Trish
gonna-
is my pick.
I'm gonna take Io Sky.
That's my wild card, actually. Yeah.
That was my pick on 3CT, by the way. I didn't want to. I wanted to pick differently for this one than other people.
Zelina Vega, no shot. That will say 0.0.
Why?
I mean, we thought the fucking almost superhero didn't have a fucking shot the
I
other
think
year.
Zelina has a shot. The LWO
You think,
is.
you think so?
Absolutely.
Buddy, I think okay. So I think these are the first two Money in the Bank matches where you could legitimately make an argument for every person that's in the fucking match to walk out with the fucking briefcase.
I mean, here's the deal, man. Because Becky and Bailey could be main eventing or in a women's title match tomorrow,
Correct.
if needed. I think Zelina, like just the way that these Money in the Bank ladder matches are structured, and the fact that like Triple H has the pencil, I think Zelina has a better shot than Becky or Bailey. Now, I don't think she is going to win, but I think she has a better shot than those two because those two don't need it.
At that part, I agree with you. They don't need it. Maybe Bailey could use a little reheating though, a little bit.
You can
Becky doesn't
easily
need it.
reheat her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's somebody that if you're planning on flipping the men's briefcase quickly, she's someone that you could have hold the women's briefcase for a while. Because then she's not in the title picture. She's not going to be a world champion. She's not going to be fighting for the women's world titles for a little while. You can have her do her thing with the briefcase. It's a way to keep her relevant without having to put her in the fucking title picture again.
You mean Bailey, right?
No, I mean, Becky.
Becky, okay.
Bailey, I feel like you're inevitably going to get to the turn where it's going to be her and Io fucking feuding because Dakota's still out. And I don't think that needs the briefcase. I don't think either one of those women need the briefcase during that feud. I think that this has kind of been narrowed down to a 4-woman field. Trish Stratus, Zoe Starks, Becky Lynch, Zelina Vega.
All right.
I'm going to take... You know what? I'm going to say Trish helps Zoe Starks. Tony's niece, Zoe, walk out with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Joe, did you pick ready?
Yeah, I said Io.
Okay.
I was going to say, does he really care? It's women.
Also fat.
All right, and finally, we got the men's match. Not 6 guys. We got 7 men in this match. Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, L.A. Knight, Santos Escobar, Butch, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul.
Hey, by the way, next time you rush through names, you go to the guy's name last because you need to hit the soundboard. It's L.A. Knight.
Yeah, wait, who was the last person you said?
Logan Paul.
Oh, fuck.
Yep, there it is.
I know who I want to win this fucking match.
LA Knight's winning this match.
You think so?
I absolutely do.
Jim, hit the sounder.
Yeah.
I hope he does. But the Logan Paul angle of him having the briefcase, going on TV, leading up to SummerSlam,
Logan Paul's
emotional.
But I think Logan Paul's getting a match against somebody else at SummerSlam that will get set up during this match.
Seth match, maybe?
No. How are you setting up a Seth
I'm
match during the Money in the Bank?
No, I'm saying he's just somebody else. It could be like Seth. I don't know. Just throwing out angles for SummerSlam.
No,
so I can see Logan Paul getting anything from the briefcase to being world champion by in this fucking summer.
Well, that's the wild card part
That's
that I'm talking about. But
Right.
what I'm saying is, I think he is setting him. They're going to set him up for a different match. Something is going to happen in this match.
Okay.
That is going to set up Logan Paul's SummerSlam match because Logan Paul's going to be there for SummerSlam without question.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, LA Knight is the winner of the Money in the Bank.
I hope you're right. I'm picking him too. Joe.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because that really is a very wide open field of people.
It's a good thing too.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's kind of exciting because I'd say, shoot, I want to go ahead and say LA Knight because I feel like he's the person who, he's someone who should be in that title picture anyway, and this is a good way to propel him there very easily. But I feel like with everything that's been going on lately and kind of basing it off of like storylines that have been happening, I think Damian Priest is gonna win.
I could see that.
That's my wild card. That's my wild card, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Damian Priest. I think I could see that happening. I think it's gonna, if nothing else, help lead a little bit sooner to the breakdown between him and Finn Balor in the Judgment Day. Like I don't know where that's going, but I know that the Judgment Day is soon not going to be big enough for the both of them.
Michael?
Yeah, no, I could see that. I think the only two people that don't stand a chance, three people that don't stand any chance is Ricochet, Santos Escobar, and Butch. They're gonna play. They're gonna be fine players in the match, but those three don't stand a chance.
Still a dick.
Because like Nakamura, I could see a case with Triple H because I think Triple H loves Nakamura, and I could see a scenario where he gets the briefcase. Do I think it's likely? No, but I could see a scenario where it happens.
Ricochet's definitely 0.0.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, Ricochet, Escobar,
0.0.
and Butch are no chance.
Butch is in that match because it's England.
Yeah,
let's be real.
He's there for
them. He's there for the pop.
Yeah, and I mean he'll be a fine player in the match. Escobar as well.
I'm excited to watch him play.
Here is who should walk out of Money in the Bank with the briefcase, and here's who I think walks out of Money in the Bank with the briefcase. I think L.A. Knight should walk out of Money in the Bank with briefcase. Logan Paul does walk out of Money in the Bank with briefcase.
And that's my fear.
Why do you fear it, though?
No, my fear. Well, I want LA to win, but I just think
there's nothing to fear about that because
there's nothing negative that comes out of Logan Paul.
No. I agree.
Fucking briefcase.
I agree with you because obviously, the promotional aspect of this too. Also taking the briefcase on
so
shows.
You don't know what fear means, is what you're telling me.
Well, I'm a big LA fan. I want him to win. That's why.
You don't know.
As a fan, I want him to win. So, but it does make sense for business.
You don't know LA Knight, you liar.
I like LA Knight. I think he's made the mid card matter in a way that's,
Yeah, and I mean, like,
great mid card guy, man.
Here's the deal, I'll say this right now, and I don't care. Tweet at me if you fucking want to at Big Jim Sports. If Logan Paul wins the Money in the Bank, I want him to become World Heavyweight Champion.
My wife hates him so much. Oh my god.
I don't disagree.
Like, that's fucking brilliant. Like, it would be fucking brilliant. It's not gonna be a fucking 6-month title reign or longer.
No, of course not.
It's gonna be a fucking a day or a week.
It's just the business is so tempting to put him on fucking.
It's fucking brilliant.
That's why.
It's the guy has that. How many fucking billion goddamn social media followers and fucking prime energy?
Exactly.
Like, that shit can't move off the shelf faster than it does.
You're right. You are right.
So, like I said, I think it's LA Knight. But yeah, if Logan Paul wins it, give me a fucking Logan Paul world heavyweight title victory.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think it's the two of them. That I think it's everybody else.
Yeah, those are the.
Priest is the wild card. Priest is the wild card, though. We'll say Priest is the wild card.
I don't agree.
I put at 10% for anything. 10% chance. Priest.
I feel like you're giving him way better of a chance than I feel like he truly actually has. I feel like he's a 7%. I feel like it's 50, 40.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, you didn't say 0 though. That's the thing. You didn't say 0. But
Buddy,
the 03 guys,
because here's the
Butch,
thing.
Shinsuke, all 0 for me. Maybe Shinsuke is 1% because of the Triple H angle.
Whoa. Not gonna happen.
Okay, right.
But I would say that his percentage is about as equivalent to Damian Priest because of who is actually booking the show. If you were telling me that this was Vince, thank you. If this was Vince McMahon, 100% being the only guy that has the pen, I would say that he probably has a 0.0% chance of winning. But because there's somebody else that also has a piece of that fucking paper, I feel like Shinsuke's got a better than a 0.0% chance.
1%.
You're an idiot.
Keep it
1%.
moving.
1%. That's the last match. That's it. We're good. Sunday, 3 o'clock. Saturday, 3 o'clock.
We didn't predict the world heavyweight title match, you dipshit.
We did. Did we?
Shocking.
We did.
I didn't talk about Seth
We
Franklin
did not
Rollins.
I missed that match?
Seth-
Holy shit.
You're an idiot.
And I'm going to order too. Bring it. Seth Rollins against fucking
God, this is why we don't let you do things.
Stupid idiot.
He's the worst.
Sorry. I thought I had that fucking going. I'm sorry, Mike, guys.
You thought wrong, dummy.
My bad. Dude.
Today, Junior.
Today. Where's that? Sorry.
The match is Seth freaking Rollins
Finn
defending the
Balor.
World Heavyweight
Yes.
title against Finn Balor. Michael, go ahead.
Finn Balor versus Seth Franklin Rollins. I don't think Seth's dropping it here.
Mhm.
If this was Demon Finn, I could have potentially saw something crazy, but regular Finn, Judgment Day Finn, I feel like maybe this is where we get the crack in the foundation of the Judgment Day, and this is where Damian Priest maybe gets sick and tired of watching Finn Balor lose world title matches and says, "Screw you guys, I'm going to do my own thing," kind of thing. But other than that, I got nothing.
Joseph,
Joe.
he fell
He's either-
asleep. He fell asleep, didn't he?
That or he's away from his phone because the camera's not on.
Joe, I think Austin Theory might make a run in on this match.
Nope.
That didn't work. Okay, go ahead, Joe.
I mean, sometimes that actually does work. You'd be surprised, Ernest. There have been
Yeah.
episodes where he falls asleep, you're not here, and all of a sudden Jim just goes,
It's
Austin
like a
Theory.
fucking
And he's like,
bad
huh?
signal.
It's like a
EJ,
personal
what's
Woody.
your pick on this match?
I think Seth wins the match, but I do think Seth will lose that title some point this summer.
Wow, in other news, water is wet, ice is cold.
It could be. It could be
Actually, water
as
isn't wet.
as early as this Saturday
Oh,
to
God.
SummerSlam.
Not you
I'm
too.
saying.
Jesus.
I'm not woke, Jim.
What is this? You're a fucking idiot.
Shut up, retarded Ernest.
Good Lord, you're a fucking moron. God damn it.
I think there's a fork. You want to go stick it in a light socket?
God,
By the way, I love your shirt for the record. I meant to tell you earlier.
thanks.
No,
Question
same
mark?
thing.
Don't get me wrong. I could certainly see Finn Balor winning this. I do think the world heavyweight title is going to not necessarily be attitude era hot potatoed, but I think it is going to move frequently.
Yeah.
Wiggle it just a little bit.
Every couple of months, somewhere between 5 week to 8-9 week title reigns from now till next summer. I think we're gonna see movement with this title. I think this is gonna no surprise here be the title that the Money in the Bank gets cashed in on.
Mhm.
Wow, color me surprised, Batman.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna see a lot of movement with this. And like Tim said, you can't flip without a flop. So is this where the first is this where the first crumb of that title moving? Does Balor win it here, and then does Seth get a rematch at SummerSlam, or I think there's a lot of potential. I think Seth retains here, maybe loses it at SummerSlam.
That's my prediction as well.
But I could certainly my prediction is Seth, but I could certainly see a path where Balor actually leaves.
Oh yeah.
Money in the Bank this weekend with the title.
25%.
Honestly, I'd put it more in the 35-40%.
Ooh.
If we're being honest about it. I also think that there is a possibility that the men's Money in the Bank could be cashed in on Saturday as well.
Here's the thing.
Interesting.
If L.A. Knight wins the briefcase, he walks out of London champion.
Well, here's what I'll say. If the men's Money in the Bank ladder match happens before the World Heavyweight title match, I
That's a
think
clue.
that there will be a title change.
Mm-hmm.
I think there'll be a cash in. Because WWE now again, we don't know what the Money in the Bank situation looks like under a Triple H WWE. But in the past, with Vince McMahon at the helm, we have seen WWE move one of the briefcases very quickly.
Yes.
Sometimes both. It's been the women's almost every time. I think this is the men's year.
Yeah.
Where the men's will move quicker. I think the women's will be a little bit of a longer run, carrying the briefcase around. I'm not gonna, yeah, but I could see a scenario where there's a cash in on Saturday. Now we are done.
Yeah.
With Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Money in the L.A. Knight.
Well, we'll see. Okay, rest of the week, I guess, right?
Sure. Let's go there. Last week for the month of June. I'll send you guys the picture shortly after the show or tomorrow with the full list of nominees for the month. That I know that I won't get a list from Joe unless I pester him at work, and Ernest's will be 3 days late, and Jim will actually have one for me by tomorrow if I actually send him the photo, because somebody here actually fucking tries to make my life easy.
I do my best.
All right, so
You'll be okay.
I'm gonna take the first pick because fuck them. That's why. And I'm taking everybody's favorite type of juice. I am taking William Ocean Spray. I will take the chalk, as people say at home.
All right.
Ernest.
I'll take Sonata, who retained the IWGP World Championship.
Holy shit! He actually said a Japanese name.
Sanada.
All right, now it's just getting racist. Jim.
No, I'm just hold on. I'm just trying to figure out where the hell I am with Ernest actually making a really, really smart
I know.
wrestler of the week pick.
Once every 6 months. Don't get used to this shit.
Buddy, I'm aware.
Give me still your NXT champion and had his Raw debut this week, Carmelo Hayes.
Hello, don't
Oh,
miss.
that's right. He did make the victory. Joe.
All right, I guess. I mean, I don't think Joe's here, so we're just gonna give
I
him.
don't want to see if he's alive. That's all.
I don't think he's here.
Joe.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Go.
I'm gonna take Bryan Danielson. Snapped ass arm and all. Ernest.
I'm gonna take Orange Cassidy. He retained his AEW International Championship.
Shocker. He retained the title that he's fucking the only champion in that lineage.
Yeah.
Jim.
Give me Tiffany Stratton. Retained the NXT Women's Championship this week at Gold Rush.
All right, so we have two spots here for Joseph. Is there anyone that anybody wants to put in the?
I mean, here's the deal. He
I
sent
got
that. He sent the meme about the Usos being the longest tenured tag team in the WWE. So I feel like let's give him that one.
Mm-hmm. And I'll
That's
pick.
an achievement.
I know you'll hate this, obviously, Mike.
Whoa.
MGF did retain.
Why do you get to make the pick? Why isn't this discussed about?
Okay.
Well, are you nominating somebody?
Nominate MJF. He retained his championship. You can decide. It's a nomination.
Jim, do you have any nominees?
Let me look here.
You need to fill in 2 slots, right?
No, just one because we gave him the Usos for the other
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he doesn't like women's wrestling.
Obviously.
Ray was already picked. I mean, is he a Punk guy? Punk advanced.
I don't know. I don't know if he's a Pepsi Phil guy or not. Honestly, anything good happen on Raw?
I'm trying to think what happened on Raw.
Not really. Cody Rhodes won the main event against Damian Priest.
Yeah, not really.
For that episode, go home.
I mean, Ronda and Shayna retained, but
Stop it.
But again, that's women's wrestling.
Those are the facts, though, Michael.
I mean, I honestly feel like MJF may be the best answer.
Ugh.
Let me go. Tony Storm wants to.
No, he doesn't like women's
Joe doesn't
wrestling.
like women.
That's right. Yeah.
He's anti-women's wrestling.
Sexist pig.
That might get us kicked off the fucking.
Here, but not to try to awaken the ghost of Joe, but like, is Austin Theory dead? Like, what? I feel like he's completely disappeared from
Ever since the Saudi show has been gone, right?
Hurt, maybe? Did he get hurt?
I don't know. He was working with the Yes Boys. And then Grayson Waller got announced that he has a broken leg. That's cool.
Ugh.
That's why he's.
Yeah, but I think what he's been doing with the Grayson Waller effect, like introducing his character to the main roster audience, I think they've been doing that. That's better than him just showing up and wrestling.
Correct. I agree. All right. So, Ernest, you got anything before we wrap this bitch up?
Yeah, Ernest Good Podcast. As always, I just had on, like I said earlier, I teased it. Tim of 3CT, Tim Taylor, on the show yesterday. It was a fantastic conversation. Went almost 2 hours actually, talking about not just Money in the Bank, but also Metallica and ranking the albums and whatnot and all that good stuff. It was fun. We actually talked about you and your Funko Pops, Michael, as well on there. Yeah, we had Funko Pop discussion on there. Other than that, you have that show. I have a couple of announcements coming up with some other podcasts I'm doing very soon. I'm on Twitter at EJChristian7. Other than that, things are shifting now to football slowly now as we get to July tomorrow. So, yeah, that's all I got for you. Good show as always, guys.
Yim.
Yeah, you know the deal. 3 Count Thursday. We had the live show tonight. There's going to be a probably heavily edited one on Tuesday.
Oh no! Again?
Oh boy, yeah.
Yo,
did
your
we
boy
start talking
Mark.
about Lacey Evans again?
Yeah, we invoked Lacey Evans again.
Mm.
But that'll be out on Tuesday. We're every Thursday night live, Tuesday podcast, Huddle Up podcast. We're hoping I gotta get these scheduled, but we're hoping to get the probably towards second to last set of off-season episodes. I know we've gotten a little lazy here. You can thank the 2023 Calder Cup champion Hershey Bears for some of my podcast laziness over the last month and a half.
Roaring for more.
But yeah, we're gonna get back on track here in July.
Yeah, you don't win often. You need it. No, sorry. So you don't win often in sports. You need it, so it's okay.
And he's gone.
But basically, follow me at Big Jim Sports. Hit the link tree there. You'll get all of my shows and everything directly linked from that.
All right, you can follow the show at Take the Number 3 Wrestling. Send all your hate tweets to at EJChristian7. That's at EJChristian7 on Twitter.
The number 7, not the word 7.
Correct. Always the number, never the word. You can follow me at They Call Me Burn. Always good show as always. We got to hang out, got to have some fun tonight. Got to have a spirited debate about the greatness and the not greatness that is fucking All Elite Wrestling. Fuck them. That's why. Until next week, we'll be back with a recap of Money in the Bank. We may have a new world champion by then. Who knows? Find out next week right here on the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast.